Let's go to Exodus 23, and we want 1 through 13. Let's look at laws of justice. Thou shalt not rise a false report. Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man in his cause. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or his ass going astray, thou shalt surely bring it back to him again, and you may even get a friend after that. If thou see an ass of him that hath been lying under his burden, and wouldest forbear to help him, thou shalt surely help with him. Thou shalt not wrest the judgment of the poor in his cause. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and the righteous slay thou not, for I will not justify the wicked. God's not going to justify anybody that is wicked. Always be on the truth, because God knows your heart. And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift to blind the wise, and preserve the word of the righteous. He preserves all the righteous' words. So always be on the right hand, not the left. Thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing you were strangers in the land of Egypt. And 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and thou shalt glean in thy fruit thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat, and that they leave the best of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and on the 7th day thou shalt rest, and that thine ox and thy ass may rest, and the son of thy handmaid and the stranger may be refreshed. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, that in no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. Don't be speaking of other gods. Now let's look at his annual feast that he has. 3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year. So now, let's look at Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Halloween. All of them, whatever other one you can think of, Easter, all these holidays that we have now is not for God at all. Because none of them are here. None of them. Thou shalt keep a feast of unleavened bread. Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days have I commanded thee, in the time appointed of the month Abib. For in it thou comest out of Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. And also remember, we are under grace now, not under this. Alright, and 16. The feast of harvest, the feast of first fruit of thy labor, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou gatherest in thy labor out of the field. 3 times in a year all thy males shall appear before the Lord. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. The first of the firstfruits of thy land thou shalt bring unto the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. In other words, don't take the milk that comes from the mother and put it on the calf that you were cooking. And, I mean, that right there would just be like, that. Think about that. That is not even kosher. I think God's laws are a whole lot better. You know, they have where They kill people now. They put them on death row. Well, they even botched that all up now. They've got it to where they want the guillotines. Why? Because the Christians, they're wanting to kill the Christians now. So all that is put in place for God, and I know it is, but it is not the right way to go. God gave us a law that we should go by, and so far none of these laws are really grievous. They're not bad at all. And what laws there is to killing people is to keep the evil away from us, so that we know good and bad, and to walk the right way. The next one that I'm going to be looking at is God promises of protection, so that you can see what it is like. Well, may God be always on your mind, Jesus always in your heart, and praise always in your mouth.